Hey Guardians! Today we're talking about scout rifles. Scout rifles are one of 4 different kinds of primary weapons. They have the farthest effective range and are an excellent choice for skilled players in both PvE and Crucible. There are 3 archetypes of scout rifle: low impact high rate of fire, mid impact mid rate of fire, and high impact low rate of fire. We'll refer to these as low impact, mid impact, and high impact respectively from here on out. Scouts generally don't need additional range from perks like rangefinder, nor do they need to worry about ammo. You won't see damage fall off from most scouts on any Crucible maps, and you'll usually have an ample magazine size considering it only takes 3 to 5 bullets to score a kill, with most scouts holding between 12 and 21 bullets in the magazine. With high range comes high accuracy, so the only stats you'll need to supplement are stability and aim assist. I can't stress how important it is to minimize recoil so you can fire off the next shot as soon as possible, and every buff to aim assist will reduce your margin of error. Scouts live and die by landing headshots, so you can never have enough aim assist. In PvE, scouts are my number 1 choice for primary. They deal high damage per shot, always seem to have ammo, and are flexible in terms of range. Let's start with the low impact archetype. This archetype is home to just 3 different legendary guns: the NL Shadow 701X, the Inward Lamp from Trials of Osiris, and the DIS-47 from the Gunsmith. These guns have an optimal time to kill of 0.97 seconds with 4 headshots and 1 body shot, or just 5 headshots. Of these 3 guns, only the DIS-47 is worth using in Crucible, and not just because it has a dragon on it. The DIS-47 has the highest stability and aim assist of the 3, with its only weakness being its below average range for a scout. Even though it has the best stability in its archetype, you'll still want to supplement it with the stability boosting perks to make use of its high rate of fire. I'd recommend the SPO-28 scope or the SRO-37 scope. Perfect balance, hammer forged or high caliber rounds, full auto or hidden hand, and finally, hand-laid stock, injection mold, or small bore. This is probably the best candidate for a full auto scout, but if you don't mind tapping the trigger, hidden hand is one of the best perks you can roll on any scout rifle. I have one with SPO-28, hammer forged, full auto, and small bore, and while this archetype is certainly fun to use, it suffers from a higher than average time to kill and an over-reliance on flinching the opponent. Moving on to the mid-impact scouts, we have quite a few options for this archetype. There are no less than 8 legendary guns in this archetype. They are, in no particular order, Not Like the Others from the Vanguard, Treads Upon Stars from Strikes, Doom of Celchus from the Raid, Leith Noblesse from Challenge of Elders, the Satrian Rapier from Crucible packages, the Suros DIS-43 and the Tuonela SR-4, both from the Gunsmith, and Tuonela's sister, the infamous Hung Jury from Dead Orbit. These scouts have an optimal time to kill of 1 second with 2 headshots and 2 body shots. This is the highest time to kill of any scout rifle, although not by much. In exchange, this archetype is by far the most forgiving, allowing you to get the kill with only 50% precision headshots. It's also worth mentioning that if you hit all body shots, this scout rifle only has a 1.33 second time to kill, whereas the low impact class jumps to 1.4 seconds, and the high impact class jumps to 1.6 seconds. I like to think of this archetype as the introductory archetype. If you aren't hitting all of your headshots consistently, you can still enjoy one of these scouts while you practice your headhunting. Most of these scouts are usable, but some are clearly better than others. The Doom of Celchus features the lowest range on any scout, to the point where you might actually need to worry about it. The Treads Upon Stars has the lowest stability in this archetype, and the Hung Jury has the second lowest aim assist of any scout. These are simply not good guns for Crucible, and frankly not great guns for PvE. Of the remaining 5, Not Like the Others, Satrian Rapier, and DIS-43 stand out as being the best 3. Not that the Tuonela or the Leith Noblesse are bad guns, they're just outclassed by better scouts. Not Like the Others is a Vanguard scout. You can pick one up from the tower, but the vendor roll doesn't do much to mitigate its below average stability. It does roll with explosive rounds though, and if you get a good one out of a Vanguard package, it's definitely worth taking a look at, preferably with either Hidden Hand or Third Eye, Perfect Balance, and either Life Support, Triple Tap, or Zen Moment. The Satrian Rapier is a returning Year 1 gun with the classic Vanguard perk tree. This gun's main weakness is a low magazine and a middling aim assist. That, and being incredibly difficult to find. You'll definitely want hidden hand on this one. It's also recommended that the red dot OAS scope and either life support, triple tap, or Zen moment are on it. You'll also want either perfect balance, high caliber rounds, or explosive rounds in the middle tree. Given how many perks the Satrian Rapier can roll with, the odds of finding a decent one are very low. In fact, you only have a 12.5% chance of finding one with just hidden hand, let alone the rest of the perks. Finally, the Suros DIS-43 has the unique Suros perk tree, only able to roll one main perk and getting 2 selectable stat perks. Its only real weakness is a low reload speed, but it makes up for that with a mag size of 19. Just like its cousin, the DIS-47, it does well with full auto or hidden hand. Because of its higher base stability, it doesn't necessarily need stability perks, but doesn't mind having them. This makes a great Crucible gun, but doesn't do so well in PvE thanks to its Suros perk tree. I would definitely recommend the DIS-43 or a well-rolled Satrian Rapier for Crucible if you were just getting started with scout rifles. But for people who know their way around a headshot, the high impact archetype is much better for both PvP and PvE. The high impact archetype is home to 5 legendary guns: the Last Extremity, Collivance's Duty, Cocytus, Badger CCL, and Hand of Judgment. This archetype is a high-risk, high-reward archetype with a potential time to kill of 0.8 seconds. That is easily the lowest time to kill of the 3 archetypes. You'll need to land 3 headshots to seal the deal though. If you miss or land a body shot, your time to kill goes up to an abysmal 1.2 seconds. If you're going to use one of these guns, you cannot afford to miss. With that in mind, we can immediately eliminate the Last Extremity and Collivance's Duty as viable options. These guns have very low stability and aim assist, which we've established are the most important stats on any scout. If you use these guns, you are handicapping yourself. The remaining 3 are Cocytus, Badger CCL, and Hand of Judgment. Cocytus is a gunsmith gun. In fact, it's my favorite gunsmith gun. The Cocytus has quite a few solid rolls, needing just the torch scope and handblade stock to be competitively viable. Of course, perks like life support and third eye don't hurt. It handles beautifully and the torch scope is very clean. Before the April update, I would have told you that this was the go-to scout rifle, the #1 best scout rifle for both PvE and PvP. However, since then, the Badger CCL and Hand of Judgment have become available. They have better stats for Crucible and are both excellent guns. That said, the Cocytus is still an incredible choice for Crucible. It's also the best PvE scout rifle on account of its unique Amalon perk tree, which allows it to roll with both triple tap and Firefly, something only Amalon scouts can do. Plus, the ability to roll the flash scope, which highlights enemy targets. Fun fact, high impact scouts can one-shot red bar acolytes in the raid. If you're usually the one holding the aura for War Priest, get yourself a Cocytus. It will make your job so much easier. Moving on, the Badger CCL is another returning Year 1 scout. It was good then and it's good now. Its stats line up almost exactly with the Cocytus. Of course, that means you'll have to make up for all the same weaknesses like middling stability, but you'll have the classic perk tree to do it with instead of the Amalon perk tree. The Badger can roll with the Red Dot OAS, which is one of my favorite scopes. Red Dot OAS boosts the stability and aim assist, 2 things we really love on our scouts. We still have access to handblade stock, but this time we also have access to perfect balance, which works just as well. Plus, we now have the chance to roll hidden hand, inaccessible on the Cocytus. For the last perk, something like a Zen Moment or Hot Swap rounds this gun out nicely. Of course, being a returning Year 1 gun, Badger CCL suffers from those same astronomically low odds of getting a good roll that the Satrian Rapier did. While it's possible to roll a good or even a great Badger, in most cases, you're better off with the Cocytus. Finally, the Hand of Judgment has the highest aim assist of any legendary high impact scout. It does have exceedingly low stability though, but it does have a unique House of Judgment perk tree that always gives a stability perk. It can roll perfect balance, small bore, handblade stock, or braced frame. Handblade stock and braced frame give the highest boosts to stability, so we'll want them every time. High caliber rounds or explosive rounds would be ideal, but Snapshot and Lightweight are also great options. Finally, Hidden Hand is still a great perk, but with 50 base aim assist, it isn't as necessary on this gun as it is on the others. Third Eye and Zen Moment are both awesome alternatives if you have enough Hidden Hand scouts already. This gun can only come from House Judgment rank up packages, so in my search for one I've only managed to find a near infinite number of class items. To this day, I still have not received this legendary scout rifle. That's okay though, I did manage to get a perfectly rolled Badger, so where House Judgment is concerned, I couldn't care less. If I had to make a top 5 list for these legendary scouts, I'd put the DIS-47 at number 5, the DIS-43 at number 4, the Cocytus at number 3, the Badger at number 2, and the Hand of Judgment at number 1. You could do well in Crucible with any of these guns. But I would be remiss not to mention the 5 exotic scout rifles: Mida Multitool, Boolean Gemini, Talalic, Touch of Malice, and the PS4 exclusive Jade Rabbit. Touch of Malice. Obviously, the Touch of Malice is the low impact archetype. It's amazing in the raid and has niche uses in certain situations, especially when coupled with defenders using Blessing of Light. I can tell you firsthand that these strategies are not nearly as amazing in the Crucible. If you've been killed by Touch of Malice, it was sheer willpower that did you in. Boolean Gemini. Boolean Gemini is nobody's favorite gun. It falls in the mid-impact archetype. A curious case, the Boolean Gemini is not the best in Crucible and not the best in PvE. A good all-around gun, a jack of all trades but a master of none. You could use it, but there's not much point to using it over, say, the Suros DIS-43 and not waste your exotic slot. Talalic. Talalic is a class-exclusive exotic from Banshee, gifted to the Warlock class. Like the Boolean Gemini, it is a mid-impact scout. However, when your super is full, the overflow abilities activate, increasing the handling, stability, and yes, rate of fire. This brings the time to kill down to 0.83 seconds, unique to the Talalic's new archetype. It is by far the easiest scout to use while you have a charged super, and 0.83 seconds isn't too shabby. If you're the sort of person who saves their super for the perfect moment, Talalic can be an excellent pick for your Warlock. Jade Rabbit. The Jade Rabbit is a high-impact scout, giving it an aggressive 0.8 second time to kill. Its exotic perk mitigates the one weakness that archetype has, the inability to forgive body shots. The Jade Rabbit exotic perk boosts headshot damage after a body shot, so you can go head-body-head or body-head-head and still get the kill. It does have a tendency to kick like a rabbit, which is as much on purpose as its unique scope. It also boasts solid stats, making it just a hair better than the Hand of Judgment. Xbox players can look forward to using all of these puns in Rise of Iron. Mida Multitool. Finally, the infamous Mida Multitool is probably one of the most used exotics in Crucible among such monsters as Universal Remote and The Last Word. Mida is in its own unique archetype. It has the rate of fire of a low impact scout, but it boasts a slightly higher impact stat. This allows it to kill in just 3 headshots and 1 body shot, clocking in its time to kill at 0.9 seconds. It does have the highest stability and the highest aim assist of any scout rifle by a wide margin, justifying an exotic slot. The Mida is a force to be reckoned with, even after they reduced its flinch. Certainly one of the best PvP exotics in Destiny. And that's really all there is to say about scout rifles. Certainly doing well in the Crucible, and by far my favorite primary for PvE, scouts are in a good place right now. If you're looking for a new primary after the Doctrine nerf, why not give scouts a try? It's really hard not to like them.
Hey, I hope you liked my video. If you did, give it a like, and if you want to see more, you can always click here, or you can always subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.